Well, good afternoon, everybody. This kind of called for another beautiful day. I'd like to go off and start us off with some of the MMIP history and some of the importance of the movement. Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland federally helped bring awareness and called for action by both the federally and state governments. Kind of ties into her work for the Indian boarding school. The MMIP crisis is one that communities have faced since the dawn of colonization. For far too long, this issue has been swept under the rug by our government with the lack of urgency, attention, or funding. The Not Invisible Act Commission, a joint advisory committee of the Department of Interior and Justice Department, commissioners will hold hearings, gather testimony, and make recommendations to the Secretary and Attorney General. These recommendations can help improve coordination across government agencies and establish more resources for survivors and their families. We are here to raise an awareness in our community on the large numbers of Indigenous people who are murdered or go missing, and to bring light to the impact of this problem on our community members. In 2024, there has been tremendous support from all corners of our community to shine light on this issue. The SCIT Behavioral Health Services staff, the Zonta Club of Mount Pleasant, Rise Advocacy, McLaren Central Michigan, and the CMU Museum and Museum Studies program have worked together to plan the red dress displays at the two local events. Many organizations come on board to host red dress displays and related events. These include the Z-Wing Center, Black Elk Building, the Soaring Eagle Water Park and Hotel, the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, Outreach of Mid-Michigan, the CMU Libraries, Veterans Memorial Library, McLaren Central Michigan Hospital, CMU Museum Cultural Natural History, and Mid-Michigan Community College. These displays and events come together with the aided help of staff from each of these organizations and businesses listed, as well as CMU Studies in Marketing and Museum Studies. Working together, we can seek change. We can grow together to change the laws and practices that allow this problem to persist. Great participation today and attendance. Red Rum as well. That was at the movement in Grand Rapids and also present here today. So this kind of starts off at the highest levels of our local government and state, federal governments. As I mentioned by Deb Haaland, they kind of spearhead some of these movements, but it kind of takes the communities like, we gathered today to kind of actually bring change. They can bring change with the laws and policies, but the actual awareness starts here. It starts with you guys. We can, coming together, we can actually move a community, but communities together can actually move a whole nation. So next up, I want to introduce Cecilia May. She's going to go off smudging everybody. Also, you guys don't have to accept the smudge. If you want to respectfully decline, please tap your left shoulder. Also, take off your glasses, please. When she's smudging going around, when you have your glasses on, the spirits can kind of see a resemblance, and it's kind of what we don't want here. The sage is also one of our four favorite sacred medicines of the Anishinaabe people, along with tobacco, cedar, and sweetgrass. The sage is used to create the cleansing smoke that assists to heal the mind, body, and spirit. Sage is used to cleanse the spirit of negative thoughts of a person or place. The Anishinaabe don't impinge on beliefs of others. For those that follow a different path or way of life, please tap your left shoulder as she passes by with no hard feelings. Next up, Dan Jackson and the crew, the Blue House Singers, are going to do an honor song. Can we get a round of applause for our Blue House Singers? Miigwech, gentlemen. Next up, I want to call up the Niiminin Dizokwe group, Independent Women.
Ani, Sibik Makwakwe, Indigenous, Makwadodom, Odawa, Anishinaabe and Dao. It was such an honor to be asked to sing for this today. I don't know if you can see my t-shirt, but we always put like a thought into what we're gonna sing for whatever occasion or time or event it is. And the song that we're singing today is actually the Bear song. And Baby Girl, Nango Spa, was Bear Clan. So we thought that it would honor her singing this song. She was absolutely amazing, and you're gonna hear her story through her mom, but that's why we chose this song. Miigwech.
Miigwech, the Independent Women Singers. What a beautiful song. Next up, I'd like to call up our Tribal Council Chaplain, Alice Jo Ricketts. I'm gonna keep the mic now, and she's not much taller than Anita.
Miigwech, Luke. Before I pray, I think it would be nice to have a moment of silence. Dear Heavenly Creator, we most humbly come to you for strength, courage, and hope. As we face uncertain days, we need your guidance and your hope. Comfort our hearts and our spirits as we walk this life on earth, and help us to never forget our beautiful loved ones who have gone before us. We speak blessings, love, and peace. In your most holy name, Yeshua Gichimanadu. Amen.
Next up, we're going to start off with our speakers. First up, we have Andrea Ritter. Calling you to the stage. There she is. Everyone may sit down.
Bonjour, everyone. It's a beautiful day to be out here. I'd like to say it's an honor to be here and speak with everybody. I'm a community Saginaw Chippewa tribal member. I went to school here at Abizicowan. I grew up with people from our res here, a lot of the kids. And it just seems that there was such a big need for this awareness. It's something that's not spoken about very much, and we needed a change. The biggest part of making a change is being it. I could sit here and try and write something all day, but it never comes out. But myself, I'm a survivor as well, so I know that not everyone makes it. And we still honor them, we still love them, we still miss them. And it's important to keep their memories going, especially the good ones. I've been to Montana, to the Not Invisible Act. I've testified just to get some little bit of justice. I've experienced trying to fight back to those who do want to take us. And there's not always advocacy for that. You can go to the court dates, the hearings, that's important, but also speaking up, that's another thing. And so, to anyone who is speaking up, I congratulate you. That's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. It's always another light to someone else that's going through it, that you can make it. You're not alone. We have everyone here supporting the same thing, and for too long it's been silence. You can't speak out about what's happening, you can't speak out about what's been done to you, and that needs to change. No one deserves to be hurt. But these red dresses, it's a vision. Some people don't know what they mean yet, but they'll find out soon. If we keep up with the awareness, then they'll know, they'll help us. We can work as a communities together, and not just our tribal community. I helped do a red dress project in Lansing in March. Every day we'd go out and check on the dresses, make sure nothing was snagged or ripped or dropped. Some of them were destroyed. and it was heartbreaking, but you know what? We just pick them up. We beautified them again and we put them back because it's not going to go away. And so I just want to thank you all for being here. I know I'm going to think of something when I walk away. It always happens. But it's amazing to see that it's finally being heard. It's not just something that we just have to live our life with and keep hiding it. And so I've seen a few things happening. We've now got the Savannah's Act, and that was finalized, I think, in 2019. And that also helps victims of crime, MMIP families, loved ones, people that are, because we're all connected, you know. Some of these are our mothers, some of these are our brothers, some of these are our aunties and uncles that were caring for our babies or their own, and they still need that help. I'm kind of limited on what I can say today, so I'm having a tough time. But okay. But if anybody needs help, there's behavioral health. I'm also available. You can get a hold of me. We started a nonprofit, my sister and I, and our other sister. We just try to do things in a good way, and we just had our walk on May 5th, and it was an amazing turnout to see the community come together when we were freaking out, like, is this gonna work? Do we got enough food? And, people just started pouring in with their love, their help. Luke here with his pizza at the last minute, the kids love that. But I think it's important that we do things outside of this as well. I have a dream one day to have a memorial garden so we can all gather like this, but cultivate something out of it. Create something new, something beautiful that we can go and be together and remember our loved ones and always have a space. But yeah, if you have any questions or want to know more about what we do, just come find me. But yeah, miigwech for this time and for everyone being here. Just keep sharing your stories. I know so many times that we lose somebody and we just want to pretend like it didn't happen. We stop talking about them. We try to get rid of their things, or, it's just hard to bring up. And I understand, I feel that. I know how hard it is. I've lost my own brother as well. He was harmed as well. But there's just so many people that we've lost, and we have to remember them and pick their loved ones up when you see them hurting or falling, or they need help. We gotta be there. But yeah, miigwech.
Miigwech, Andrea. It takes a lot of courage to get up here and public speak, whether it's a small group or a big group, but, it takes a lot more courage to even get up here and kind of tell and share your story. With that being said, I would like to call up our next speaker, Melissa Pamp.
Ani Buju, Melissa Pamp, Indigenous, Burt Lake and Dojaba, Wakanaxing Avdawa, Mashiki Dodom. Hello, my name is Melissa Pamp. I currently reside in Burt Lake. I am a citizen and an elected leader of the Little Traverse Bay of Odawa Indians. I am Turtle Clan. Miigwech for inviting me and allowing me to share my daughter's story. Her memory lives on through me and me being able to talk about her. I lived in this community for about 15 years before moving back home. Some of you may have known my daughter, Nangons Masiba. She was only 8 years when we moved down here. She started attending the Sag Chip Academy in 4th grade. She played on those playgrounds, she played here. She then went on to junior high and to the Mount Pleasant High School and then to Oasis. She became a young mother, but it never stopped her drive or ambition. Her son, Migwan, meant the world to her, and she'd do anything for him. They had just moved into their first apartment and lived there for 33 days before tragedy struck. On the night of November 16, 2020, Nangons was fatally stabbed in the doorway of her home while her son slept feet away. The perpetrator was a non-native female who was involved with my grandson's dad. She had posted the knife on social media prior to the attack and went to my daughter's home with the intent to harm her. She stood in the corner with the knife, hidden in her sleeve, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Nangons' femoral artery was struck and she died instantly. It took 25 minutes to revive her and 5 liters of blood. She died 3 times that night and was unable to be brought back the last time. She had so much life to live. She was just starting this phase of her life, beginning motherhood and adulthood. She'll forever be 21, and her life was cut short. A mother and father should never have to bury their child. A child should never be motherless. Nangons was murdered within the boundaries of the Saginaw Chippewa Indian Reservation, and her case was held in federal court. Although Nangons was murdered, it was never treated or handled like a homicide. Her apartment was never roped off. Main witnesses never interviewed. No alcohol or drug screens for anyone but the victim, and the investigating officer discarded witnesses' statements. This is a common theme and occurrences when our loved ones become missing and murdered throughout Indian country. Families feel unheard and frustrated with the system. It took almost a year to indict my daughter's murderer, delay after delay. It didn't matter to us. We showed up every time the case was delayed. I wrote an impact statement and a letter and sought letters from other tribal nations. Sag Chip tribal community had wrote a letter recommending the sentence be fitting. A couple of other tribal nations wrote letters and recommendation. And although it wasn't the outcome that I had been hoping for, my daughter's murder was sentenced to 235 months to 264 months in federal prison, a maximum of 19.5 to 22 years for dropping the first-degree premeditated charge. Originally, Caden was only looking at 3 years. She didn't have a record, and so that impacted what they thought of her. It's unfortunate and life-altering when a parent has to bury their child. They'll never be the same. It will be 4 years this coming fall. We are still working on our healing journey, getting back into culture, powwows, and things that we once enjoyed. But a lot of work is being done on the local, state, and the federal level as well. The Michigan Attorney General's office is working on a MMIP task force. Other tribal nations are working on their tribal community response plans. My tribe has almost completed ours. We're waiting for approval. We're in our final stages. The Sag Chip community can start working on their tribal community response plan, and I'd be happy to help with that. I would just like to say keep spreading word, keep spreading awareness, working towards change and supporting each other. And then I just want to leave with the last word is our value is no longer negotiable. Miigwech.
Thank you, Melissa. You know, years ago, when this land was invaded, you know, tribe to tribe, you know, we were kind of picked apart, you know. We're no longer kind of fighting each other. We had to unite, you know. We had to stand up, you know, and combat what was coming at us. And, you know, events like this, it kind of brings us back to those grassroots. You know, we got to come together. We will bring awareness. Also, this is only the start. I can see some big change, some positive impacts coming in. We will make our stance loud and proud in Indian country for many years to come. Chimiigwech for you all.
Annie, thank you so much to everybody for coming out. This is a hard topic to talk about. This is very triggering. It's very emotional. It's hard to make space in our work schedules, our day schedules to come together. And it wasn't a smooth, bumpy ride to get here, but we're here, and it's steps like this that can make that change moving forward and educating people. Thank you so much. It was like an honor for all of us to work with McLaren, RISE, CMU, the whole victims advocate team, behavioral health. Everybody has just backed us the whole way. Lots of volunteers, lots of tribal council support, and all of you sitting here.
And this is Miss Felicia Otto. She did a wonderful job. Can we get a round of applause for Felicia Otto, please? My name is Jaylene Lewis, and I also would like to thank everyone for being here. It's fantastic to look out to this crowd of people. The community partners, as Felicia mentioned, just the outpouring of love and support, and never a question if someone was like, yeah, I can do it, I can provide the podium, the PA. Everyone that was, again, able to make today happen. What a beautiful day to bring this awareness to our community, and I'm forever grateful to be a part of it. And again, just really would like to thank everyone for being here and who made today possible. You are appreciated.